Too often, healthcare professionals will tell you what to do to prevent another stroke, but not why you should do those things, or more importantly, how to do them. So today, we're going to talk about 10 things that you can do to prevent another stroke, why they're so important, and how. Let's get into it. Quit tobacco. If you smoke, chew, or vape any type of tobacco product, quit. I know that this is way easier said than done, but unfortunately, any nicotine-based product that you ingest or inhale heightens your risk of stroke, and there's no way to sugarcoat that. But why? Well, smoking and nicotine-based products increase your risk of cardiovascular disease or damage to your heart and blood vessels. And over time, that damage can cause clots to form and your blood pressure to increase. It can raise the amount of fat in your blood, and it can also lower your good cholesterol. So what are some of the first steps that you can take if you want to quit tobacco? Talk to your doctor about medications that may help. Avoid triggering situations like going to a bar and smoking when you're having a beer, or figure out how to get through those situations without tobacco. Find alternative things that you can do to replace that urge. Can you distract yourself with a hobby or talk to a friend? At the end of the day, it may just take reminding yourself over and over why you want to quit or who you're quitting for. Control high blood pressure. Over time, the increased pressure on your blood vessels damages them and increases your risk of developing clots. High blood pressure develops due to many different factors, some of which people can't control, like family history, age, and race. But it can also be due to factors that we can control, like having a diet high in sodium, not being physically active, being overweight, drinking too much alcohol, having untreated sleep apnea, chronic stress, or uncontrolled diabetes. And even if you have genetic factors that predispose you to developing high blood pressure, working on one or more of these lifestyle factors can help to decrease your risk over time along with medications. Manage cholesterol. We hear the word cholesterol and automatically think of it negatively, but we need cholesterol for our bodies to work properly. We only get into trouble when our LDL or bad cholesterol is too high and when our HDL or good cholesterol is too low. When we have too much LDL or bad cholesterol, this can cause fatty buildup in our blood vessels. To better manage cholesterol, you want to reach for foods with less saturated and trans fats. More fruits and veggies are always a good option, and you may want to talk to your doctor about cholesterol-lowering medications called statins. Control blood sugar. High blood sugar is either caused by the body's inability to make insulin or the body's inability to use it properly. And this is medically diagnosed as diabetes. And insulin is the hormone that's used to control blood sugar in the body. But when someone is diabetic, blood sugar builds up because there is not enough insulin to control it. Excess blood sugar, like with cholesterol or high blood pressure, can cause damage to blood vessels, thus increasing the risk of stroke. If you have diabetes, one of the best things that you can do is to monitor your blood sugar readings daily or however often your doctor recommends it. Because you can't know how high your blood sugar is if you don't test. Take any medications that your doctor prescribes and try eating foods with less added sugars and moving more. Move more. No surprises here. Getting more physically active is something we all know we need to do. But do we actually know why? Well, there are a lot of different reasons. And speaking about high blood sugar, exercise can improve insulin sensitivity. So if you have insulin resistant or type 2 diabetes, exercise can improve the sensitivity of insulin by 40%, which means that it will be able to transport more blood sugar out of the blood vessels, lowering overall blood sugar. Exercising also strengthens our heart. Exercising causes our heart to pump harder and faster. And our heart is made up of muscular tissue. So just like any other exercise we use to improve the strength of our muscles, our heart can get stronger as well. And this means that it will pump blood more efficiently around your body. Exercise can also improve our mood. Exercising releases happy hormones, so to speak, so you'll not only be improving your physical health, but your mental health as well. Eat better. No surprises here either, but it can be hard to know where to start. There are a few dietary approaches I've talked about in the past that you may find helpful, including the Mediterranean diet, the DASH diet, and the MIND diet, all of which have been shown to improve overall health. Now, there are some commonalities between these approaches, and they include eating walnuts and fatty fish, because both of those are high in omega-3 fatty acids, which can help brain cells to better communicate with each other and lower blood pressure. You also want to include more leafy greens in your diet, as they're high in vitamin K. And vitamin K actually supports brain cell health, clotting, and calcium regulation. And lastly, eating more berries is good for brain health. Berries have something unique called flavonoids, which give them antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. And these can increase brain cell repair and decrease brain cell damage. Now, there are some general rules to follow as well, including eating foods that are low in sodium. And an easy way to do this is to look for low sodium options at the store. Go for lightly salted or unsalted options when you can. You also want to decrease the amount of added sugars that you eat and drink. So if you can swap out one full sugar soda a day for a sparkling, unsweetened water, you will significantly cut down on added sugar in your diet. Manage weight. Excess weight can cause strain on the cardiovascular system or our heart and blood vessels. It can also lead to other health problems like diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, which by now we know can cause blood vessel damage that increases stroke risk. But the good news is that you can see health benefits by losing as little as 5% of your body weight. The best way to manage weight is to start small. Look at 1% improvements that you can make daily. For example, try to squeeze in 5 minutes of exercise sometime during your day. Look at your diet and see what swaps you can reasonably make. For example, if you really enjoy something salty and crunchy during the day and you're used to eating chips, try swapping that out for carrots and hummus, or even pretzels and hummus. You want to do something that you can reasonably sustain over time. Sleep. In 2022, the American Heart Association made an announcement. How long someone sleeps is now considered one of the 8 life essentials for optimal heart and brain health. They recommend that adults should get between 7 and 9 hours of sleep per day. Sleep helps our brain and body repair during the night so that we can wake up feeling restored the next day. It promotes tissue growth and repair and the release of necessary hormones. Good quality and quantity of sleep is crucial in both stroke prevention and recovery. And one of the best ways to ensure that you're getting enough sleep is to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Yes, that includes weekends too. You want to prepare your body for sleep by doing something relaxing, like reading or even meditation before bed. It can be difficult to start, but like with any habit, it becomes easier over time. De-stress. When we are chronically stressed, our bodies release cortisol, the stress hormone, which can stay elevated in our bloodstream. That's when we run into problems. Cortisol not only increases our appetite, but it can also raise our blood sugar into unhealthy ranges. Unhelpfully, cortisol also causes us to crave fat and high sugary foods, and these foods actually reduce our stress level because they activate reward centers in our brain. Great. Finding healthy ways to de-stress can ultimately help our physical and mental health. And de-stressing can happen at different points in the stress process. You might want to prevent stress by planning ahead so you're not running late. De-stressing in the moment with deep breathing and mindfulness techniques. Relieve stress after a stressful event by playing a game, petting an animal, or reading and taking some time for yourself. Take your meds. As I mentioned earlier, some risk factors related to secondary stroke are genetic, while others are related to lifestyle factors. But regardless of why you experience those risk factors, if your doctor has prescribed medications to control them, it's really important that you don't stop taking them. Medications can be used to help manage cholesterol levels, reduce high blood pressure, and keep blood sugars at a healthy, normal range. You can still work on improving your health via lifestyle factors, even if you do need to take medication. And in fact, I'd say that would be the best way to go about it. And if you have trouble remembering to take your medications, like me, get a pill box with the days and time of the day so you can tell if you missed a dose. Ask a friend or family member to remind you to take your medicine. And if you're unsure about anything that you're being asked to take, ask your doctor to explain it to you. All right, everyone, that's it for today. If you would, leave me a comment and let me know what are some things that you do to prevent secondary stroke. How are you taking care of yourself? And as always, I'm going to be leaving a link down in the description below if you'd like to sign up for the email list, which gets you free stroke recovery tips and motivational emails every week, as well as a free copy of my ebook, The Stroke Recovery Pocket Guide. And if you find value in what we do here at Post Stroke, please consider donating, either by giving us a super thanks by clicking the button in YouTube down below, by donating once via PayPal, or by becoming a Patreon member, where in exchange for a monthly donation, you get access to cool perks like social media shoutouts, behind the scenes videos, and even YouTube shoutouts, of which I have one today. Thank you again to Doug C. for continuing to contribute at the empowerment level. We can't do what we do without you. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.